I'm Joel Baird, the General Manager of Missoula Community Access Television.
And I'm Kim Anderson. I'm on the board of MCAT, and I also serve as Associate Director for Humanities Montana.
We are welcoming you to our edition of Missoula Live.
That's right.
It's still darn cold, so I dug out my... Right?
Your
And I felt kind of
cozy
Irish with Traolach and the Irish musicians coming up. And I was hoping for a dark green, but I couldn't get it, so this is the only one I have. I put it on. So we're hoping that when you watch this program, we were just explaining to our guest, Mary McCourt, the program is live on Monday, November the 17th, and it plays every day until we deign to do another one, which will be 2 weeks from now.
Right.
We're hoping it's a lot warmer, aren't you?
I don't know. I mean, there's something so great about having that sunshine.
Yeah, which we only get, right, when it's...
Right. I mean, if it's warm, it's kind of socked in. And so I'm enjoying that part.
I am too, really, truth be told, but I'm lazy. I have just not much to say, you know, not much going on around MCAT, because I guess as the holidays warm up, I wanted to mention we will be closed on Thursday and Friday of Thanksgiving Day and the day after,
right?
And including that Saturday. So for your producers out there, MCAT's taking a big holiday in there. On the second Wednesday of December, we will hold a tour and training of MCAT. So if you'd like to learn more about MCAT, how you could get involved as a producer, you can see the equipment that we have to check out. You can see our glorious studio that we bring Missoula Live to you from. And also you can see the edit facilities that we have here at MCAT. So that's going to be at 5:30 on the second Wednesday in December, the date of which I have no idea, but you could look it up on the calendar right now, I guess. You know.
And I just have one
you do have grant deadline?
Yes, I have some grant deadlines to talk about. Actually, there is a grant deadline for grants of up to $5,000 this Thursday. But if you haven't already started that application, it's too late because they take a little time.
Right.
So. But there is a big, big deadline on December 20th. And that's the one everyone should be. There's our website, humanitiesmontana.org. And if you have a project that you are involved in that involves a humanities discipline, such as literature, history, philosophy, jurisprudence, religious studies, the analysis or history of art, you know, the mumbo-jumbo. Then
other humanities stuff.
That's right. Then we have money to give to support things like that. And if you are doing research, if you are a scholar, whether that's within the academy or a non-traditional scholar, we have fellowships applications that are due on December 20th. We also have book publication assistance. That deadline is December 20th, and major grants, which are projects, big projects, where you would ask for over $5,000. So, planning ahead, you should give us a call, talk to me at the office at Humanities Montana, and we can help you. That's
nice. And they can visit the website, humanitiesmontana.org.
It's an online application, but we strongly encourage everyone to call and chat with me first. Because I can save people, you know, some...
heartache, like something it just doesn't fit. They thought it fit, and it didn't fit. And then you did this huge thing, and then you're like, it doesn't fit. So it's good to call you, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Well, okay. So our first guest is Mary McCourt. She is here representing NAMI, and that is an acronym for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. The NAMI group has a Missoula chapter, and Mary is here to talk about a fundraising event that's coming up for the Missoula chapter on December the 13th. Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Joel. Thanks, Kim, for having NAMI come forward and talk about this great, I don't even think of it as a fundraiser at this point. It's just going to be a great afternoon of high tea, you know, high tea.
Oh, so then people are getting a lot for their money.
They are getting atmosphere, they're going to get entertainment, and of course they're going to support a great cause with all the wonderful things NAMI Missoula does for our community.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that the atmosphere is going to be terrific. The location of the event is the beautiful historic Florence Hotel.
Right, and it will be outfitted in its Christmas glory. And so it's a perfect time to bring friends, sit around a tea table, have tea, and all the high tea sandwiches and scones and clotted cream
Oh my
and
God.
desserts and
Will
chat.
they have cut the crusts off of the bread?
The crust will indeed be cut off of the bread, Joel.
And I don't know that I've ever had clotted cream, but it sounds
It sounds
wonderful.
really good. What is that?
I don't know, Joel, because I myself have never had it.
But it does sound like just a wonderful holiday kind of event. A
it
reason
is.
to get together with friends and dress up just a little and
Dress up, and it's a new event for Missoula. This is
Yeah.
the first time that
Oh,
there's been
wow.
a high tea that we're aware of. And having it around the holidays makes perfect sense.
It really does.
Right.
and the perfect location. I mean, the Florence is
Yes,
so beautiful.
it's a turn back in time in a lot of
Exactly.
ways. Yes,
Yeah.
when
Isn't
high
that
tea.
wonderful that could have happened? Because, you know, when I first came here to school in 1983, there was the most obscene painting of like a lascivious lady above the like thinly disguised fireplace, and it was really a trashy bar. I think it was called the Broadway or something in there, but the lobby was all broken
Yeah,
up,
I do
like
Correct.
remember
like
that.
walls were just nailed up, like it was a paper shack in North Dakota. It was
No,
really
the renovation of that building is great.
it was absolutely amazing. And if people, if you haven't been to Florence Hotel building, this is a wonderful opportunity to go see it. The seating at noon, so people are going to bring an appetite
They are going to bring an
to
appetite.
high tea.
Yes, and so we will have plenty of food for everyone. We will have decaf tea and caffeinated tea, and it should be a lovely event. We'll have the Sweet Adelines will welcome everyone.
Oh, it's been a while
Yeah.
since I've heard
Yeah.
them. That's kind of nice.
And then we will have a soft Christmas music throughout the tea. And it should be a fun event for especially for women, but we certainly won't turn any men away.
Oh, I guess that's right. You
Can
know,
people purchase tickets in advance?
Well, we absolutely need people to purchase
Good,
tickets in
okay.
advance because we need to order the food and we need to have enough seating.
and
for
you need to
everyone.
know how many then are coming.
Absolutely. And so we're asking that people call in a ticket reservation by December 8th.
Fair enough. That's
Right.
just 5 days before the event. The number to call is on your screen. It's 880-1013. And people could also mail checks to NAMI, P.O. Box 5413.
Correct.
And again, it's how much per person?
It is $25 per person.
Great.
And all of that money will go to support the NAMI programs that we offered in our community.
Now, why don't, if you have time, tell us a little bit about that, about what sort of work NAMI is doing in the community.
So NAMI was organized by folks who have loved ones with mental illness. Because as we know, mental illness has always, for centuries, been considered somewhat of a moral defect. Early on, it was considered the sign of the devil, all of this nonsense. And so as research has gone on and as treatments have developed, loved ones realized that mental illness needed some advocacy at both the national level and the local level.
Sure.
And so that is the basis for the NAMI organization. In Missoula, we have a family-to-family program, which is an outstanding opportunity for anyone that has a loved one in their family to take a 12-week course that is scripted by NAMI National. And it gives you all they update it totally on meds, on symptoms, on how to handle certain situations with your loved one. And so what it does is brings down the anxiety for people as they learn to deal with their loved one and trying to interface with community services so that their loved ones can live a completely full life. That's the goal.
It sounds like a wonderful goal.
Yeah.
And then another thing that NAMI locally does, you know, oftentimes people might have insurance, but the copay often is very expensive. And so some folks with mental illness can't work. And so this causes a problem for them not to be able to have their medications. And so NAMI will help with the copays with certain people that are challenged financially.
Excellent. Now, if people want more information, that number I gave, 880-1013, is for the NAMI office.
For our
And that's
NAMI office.
at the St. Paul's Lutheran Church.
St. Paul's Lutheran Church.
Okay. So that's great. You guys have an office.
We have an office now.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
if people need some reference, you're watching this, you're like, wow, I really want to learn more about it. There's certain hours to call. They can always leave a message.
9 to 12, but there is when it's manned.
Right.
And then there's an answering machine, of course.
Yeah.
And so an event like the High Tea, it offers people an opportunity to come and have some Christmas fun. But it also offers people the opportunity to come and support and tell their friends, well, I went to a benefit that NAMI sponsored. Because any time we can bring this issue in any form to more people, we help destigmatize mental illness. And that is so important in our culture right now, to take care of our loved ones and our friends and our neighbors in our community. And they deserve the same lives that the rest of us have.
Absolutely. So besides supporting financially an organization that's doing great work, you also kind of bring it into your wider community and say, I think this is a great organization.
Right. Because we might call on you during the legislature to write to your representative on a certain law that might be sponsored that will help some of the expansion of services that are really so needed in our communities across Montana and across the country.
Yeah. That is a really wonderful cause. And thanks, Mary, for coming and talk about it. I want to make sure you guys have a little takeaway then from our visit. The event is December the 13th. Now, I'm scared to ask you what day of the week
That
it
is
is
a
because
Saturday.
you don't know. So you do have it kind of set up like a shopping thing, too.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
downtown shopping,
That's
and then
perfect.
take a break with high tea
Yes.
for a very good
Absolutely.
cause at the historic Florence Hotel. So it's at the beautiful historic Florence Hotel on Saturday, December the 13th at noon, seating at 12 noon, and it's $25 per person. If you want more information, 880-1013. Well, Mary, thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you
nice
so
to see
much.
you in another hat. You
With
know.
another hat, yes.
Frequent viewers of Missoula Live will remember you from the health department.
Correct. I, for many years, was at the wonderful health
Yeah.
department, first tobacco control and then
Yep.
childhood obesity.
Yeah.
But that's the great thing about Missoula. So many people are involved in so many different aspects of our community.
Well,
Yeah.
it's such a wonderful community
Yeah.
to find a place to do good things.
There you go, people of Missoula. We have complimented you so much that you better go to Holiday High Tea
That's right.
on Saturday, December the 12th, noon, at the Florence Hotel. Call 880-1013. Well, we're going to be right back, and Anna Maria's here to talk about the Messiah, which is coming up. And it has audience participation, sort of, but we'll tell you about that after you see this public service announcement. So,
I'm Montana Hope.
I am Montana Hope.
I am Montana Hope.
For the last 30 years, the Montana Hope Project has been granting wishes to Montana children who face life-threatening illnesses.
I'm Montana Hope.
To make a donation and help their wishes come true, please visit montanahope.org.
Let's say you were watching one of MCAT's programs not too long ago. If you or anyone you know wants a copy of our wonderful programming, call us at 542-6228 or email us at mcat.org. Ask for a dub request and tell us what you want. We'll get it to you. Walk-ins welcome. Just go to 500 North Higgins, Suite 105, just off Spruce.
bad.
Here we
But it's
are.
funny you get, okay. You get used to it. Well, thank you for coming back. And you saw we snuck back when we were changing out
Sometimes
guests.
we don't know what's going to happen.
That's right. Anna Maria is here representing the International Choral Festival because there is a benefit coming up. The Messiah is going to be performed. It's presented by International Choral Festival and the School of Music. Well, welcome and thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And you're most welcome.
Very nice.
What can you tell us about this?
Well, it's a great community effort, community-wide event to start off or kick off the holiday season. It's right after Thanksgiving and right after Black Friday. And Sunday night, it's Sunday night, November 30th at 7:30. I think people just need to come and relax and sit and enjoy some great singing.
Oh, yeah.
I think everybody will be ready for it by then. Crazy weekend.
Yeah, that's right. And this would be very rousing. There's nothing like the sound of the human voice, you know, at full tilt.
Absolutely, in the Messiah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the antidote to all the craziness of that weekend.
So all the donations received will help the International Choral Festival of Missoula produce our 10th festival in July 2016 and help the UM School of Music students traveling to Vienna.
Yeah, the students are traveling to Vienna in spring of 2015, and many of them are part of our chorus right now, and they're getting pledges from friends and families, and I said post it on Facebook, and raising money, and then our net profits are split between the two entities.
Well, that's a nice coordination.
Yeah.
Has that happened in the past?
It has happened for 3 years. This is our third year coordinating with them, and they're just great because they have the resources of the orchestra and the Denison Theater, and they get the soloists, and on our end we get the community singers excited and involved, and you know, it's just a great collaboration. It's really great to.
Now, is it still open for people who might want to sing?
It definitely
Can you
is.
explain that?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's kind of cool.
Yeah, we just had our first rehearsal last night, and it was so much fun. David Edmonds is the conductor, and he's got great energy and just amazing talent. And but that was just one of our rehearsals. They're not mandatory, so we have another rehearsal next Sunday evening from 5 to 7 in the Music Building, room 218. And singers definitely can still join. We only have one mandatory rehearsal, and that's on November 30th from 3 to 4, and that will be with full orchestra and soloists and everything.
And when you join, you kind of are committing to bringing in some money. I mean, that's the fundraising.
Right, that's our one area where we make the money. The singers commit to a $75 minimum pledge amount, but our board has been really busy approaching businesses in Missoula, trying to inspire them to get out there, so our top 6 in the chorus will get a prize, and we've got stuff like Double Arrow, you know, contributed an overnight in Sealy Lake. Fairmont did. We have a half-day trip, float trip from Zootown Surfers. So we try to inspire them to get out there and do that asking. And it usually, you know, like I said, community-wide. We have businesses involved and everybody out there kind of doing our footwork for us in the community. And then also Mayor Engen is involved. So he'll welcome the crowd, and he's always very funny.
Yeah, he is. He's a great host of an event.
Yeah.
Well, good on you. This is really great. So if you join the chorus, you could, if you can raise money. So singers must pay the minimum amount of $75 to join the chorus, but are encouraged to raise pledges for more than that from family, friends, business associates, and so on.
Right.
And I think a lot of people do. They do really well, right?
They really do. Our top singer last year raised $925. Yeah, so it was pretty amazing effort by her. And I'm sure I just put that number out to the chorus last night for a little inspiration.
Like band-aid to it.
Yeah. And one fact about this that I don't think a lot of people know is the very premiere of Handel's Messiah was a benefit concert. So I think that's really a great, interesting point that benefit concerts have been happening since 1742. This is not a new idea.
And this was in Dublin, Ireland.
In Dublin, Ireland. Yeah, it was the premiere. And the reason everybody stands for the Alleluia chorus is because the king was so inspired to stand at one of these performances
that
everybody else had to stand, and then it just became tradition. So there's a lot of fun tradition and interesting facts behind Handel's writing of the Messiah and the performing of Messiah.
And I have to say, I mean, I don't think there are many works that are more loved or better
Oh,
known.
I know.
And more associated with holiday times, whether it's
Yeah.
the fall holidays or Easter,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And how wonderful to to be in the theater and hear all these voices, because it doesn't happen very often that you hear that
Right.
kind of
Not with a
outpouring.
choir this
Yeah, how
size
many
and-
people are in it?
Well, right now we have about 57, I think was my last check this morning, which is great at this point. But we will probably be around 75 to 80 person choir. And then we have 4 professional soloists that just donate their time for this. But from the U of M faculty, 3 of them are. And then Thomas Hensley is also another guest artist, guest soloist. The orchestra donates their time as well. They're mostly from MSO, those musicians. So it's very, very
Missoula
good.
Symphony.
Orchestra.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry.
And all of these people are contributing time and money and everything to support what's going to happen. It's hard for me to believe that
I know.
everyone in Missoula doesn't understand what will be happening in the summer of 2016.
It's a pretty amazing event.
But
Yeah.
can you give us just a little?
I can give you a
Overview?
little overview. It's in 20 months. Not that I'm counting.
Sure, it
seems a long way
It seems
off,
a long
but-
way off. I can tell you we have, we're hot in the pursuit of international choirs. So right now, choir recruitment is a big thing that's going on in the office. And Hong Kong, a male choir from Hong Kong has accepted and been invited and accepted. All choirs have to be invited by us, so our artistic director travels to international festivals and kind of vets these choirs, and then we send out invitations. So we have some great countries that have been representative and will be represented this next time. And we have a few new ideas to make it fresh, so I'm excited about those, but I'm not going to throw them out
Right,
just
not
in
yet.
case. We're in the middle of all the logistics and
But
stuff like
normally
that.
the festival is 2 weeks, a week.
It's just a week. We're just planning
I'm sure
Wednesday
you would
through-
live through it if it was any longer.
yeah.
Of concerts all over the community.
Yes,
right?
yeah, we have a kickoff at Karis Park, really well attended, and then we go into evening concerts and afternoon concerts and a big finale at the Adams Center,
Yeah.
which is my favorite because we do the Parade of Nations and it's just amazing.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah, it's a real
great
huge deal.
event.
A musical event and also a kind of international understanding event, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Because
cultural.
you look for people in Missoula to host the visitors, so
We do.
people in town get a chance. There might be someone from Finland or someone
Right.
from Hong Kong or
Right.
someone from Mexico or
Yeah.
someone from Italy. Coming and some people staying at your house during the week.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's pretty great.
It
and it takes
is.
years to build, right?
It does.
It's not
Pe-
every year
Yeah,
because it's so
people
much
are
work.
amazed. It is a lot of work. There's a lot of little wheels turning that take a lot of attention. And
Yeah.
you would think I wouldn't be so busy this far out, but I'm busy. It's a good thing.
A ton of organizing, a ton of volunteers, and money, which is
Yeah.
to get us back to
Yes.
this, what this is
Yeah.
all about. So.
But is there an admission price for the performance Sunday, November 30th?
There is not an admission price. It is free concert, open to the public. We will ask for donations, but mostly we want Missoula to get out
Yeah.
and experience some joy and beauty of the season instead
Right.
of the
And
commercialism.
Choral music. So that's pretty amazing. There's a free concert coming
Right.
up Sunday, November 30th, 7:30 p.m. in the Denison Theater at University of Montana. Now, if you were intrigued and said, oh, years ago I sang or in this very event, if you want to do it again, there's still time. 243-6885 is the UM School of Music number that you can use and sign yourself up again. Maybe you don't have enough time to get $925.
That's all right.
Singers are asked, it says, singers may pay the minimum amount, $75, to join the chorus, but you're encouraged to raise pledges for, your family, friends, business, associates. And I love the et cetera. Whenever you think about
cetera.
family, friends, business, I'm like,
Anyone else?
Anyone else?
I say-
So you could use your imagination.
Anyone who's asked you for money, this is your chance.
Right, that's
to-
right. All those people you know in your office who have kids and you have to buy their candy and
Right.
their grapefruit and
Yeah.
stuff. This is your chance to get back.
Here we
Right,
go.
and this is International Choral Festival, and a wonderful slogan, bringing the world a little closer through music.
Wow.
And this week is going to be July 13th through the 16th of 2016. So you really have to, you gotta wait for it.
You do have to wait for it. It's a good thing to wait for, kind of like Christmas.
That's
And
right.
all I can say is, if you can carry a tune at all, there is nothing more thrilling than singing with a group of people, like-minded people, for a good cause. Especially this piece. I used to sing soprano and Messiah. Now I'm
Yeah.
alto.
Oh,
Oh, because you think, well, you've lost
Age.
it.
Age.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of things get lower.
I've never tested myself in that way.
I just had this conversation with a friend.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you mean you feel like your voice dropped?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you could sing as something else.
Mm-hmm.
Tenor?
Alto. I think I
Alto.
can still handle
Oh,
it.
soprano. How does it go? Soprano? Alto.
tenor, baritone, bass.
Bass.
Yeah.
Right.
5 levels there of the human voice.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you're just a little lower.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Especially in the morning.
I bet you've sung it, haven't you?
No, I never have. I think
You
I
have a
could
good
sing.
voice. You
I
have a
feel
good
I could
voice.
sing,
That'd
and I
be wonderful.
record things. You know, I think, oh, this sounds terrific. I'll be in the shower. I'll think of a little tune or
It
something.
always sounds
Yeah.
really good in the
I will
shower.
record it, and then I'll play it for people, and they would just look at me very, very sympathetically. Like, well, maybe with lessons or...
Why are you playing that for me?
Yeah. So I don't really know the truth of it because I only played it for a few people. I have the feeling they were lying out of jealousy.
I think that must have been it. I think you should do the Messiah.
I think you should too. If you sing in the shower, you should come sing with
Yeah.
Poor
us.
Dave Edmonds. He'll be
He'll be like what you do.
going on that show. Yeah.
No, he's great.
Well,
All right.
yeah, we better go because next we're going to have a small peek at the Friends of Irish Studies Christmas concert. There are 5 musicians that have been warming up
More music.
in the wings of our grave NCAT stage here.
And we're going to get all of our stage hands to come in.
Right, they're going to move the couches
Have
and
a lot
they're
of
going to have
professionals
chairs
to do
for
this
the
sort of thing
people.
for us.
Anne Marie, thank you so much for
Thanks.
coming.
Good
Thank
luck.
Talking
you
about
so much,
International
Joel
Choral
and Kim.
Festival. Yeah, you're most welcome. So we'll be back. It might take, Scott, it might take 2 or 3 minutes. He
We'll play
thinks that's
something
all right.
interesting.
He'll play something interesting for you, and then when you come back, you can see Friends of Irish Studies musicians in action right here on Missoula Live.
Hi everyone. How are you doing? What a wonderful day, huh? I love to dedicate today's my performance for the long life of and for the great activities of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and all the great masters on this earth.
Let me say Tuesdays.
Oh, sure, Tuesdays.
Things like that.
Well, to our viewers out there, we are visiting with Traolach O Riordain. He is representing Friends of Irish Studies at the University of Montana. In December, there's going to be a concert to raise funds to help further the Friends of Irish Studies. So, when is it going to be?
Well, we're having two concerts. We're having one on Saturday, December the 6th at 7 o'clock in the UM Recital Hall. And then the second one is a matinee on Sunday for younger kids and maybe older people. And that will go from 3 until 5. And the cost of admission is it's $20 for a family. So the parents and no matter how many kids you have. It's $15 general admission. There's $10 for seniors and Friends of Irish Studies, and there's $5 for students. And it's the concert we have is following on from other Christmas concerts. We've been talking for some years about adding some Irish spice to the Irish Christmas celebration.
Why not?
We have the Nutcracker Suite up the wazoo, as you know.
It's going to happen. That's
the
all there
Russians.
is to it.
So now we got the Irish to counterbalance the Russians. You know.
So have you got an Irish ballet in the works?
We haven't got an Irish ballet yet, but we're taking steps in that direction.
Okay.
I should think. But what's beautiful about this is that it's a kind of a mix of Irish American and Irish performers. So as you know, the Irish American community, Irish American, and their political identity, and Irish and their cultural identity retained a very strong music, song, and dance tradition. And it's here in Montana, and we're saying, okay, we can do as we've done in previous years, bring in an outside band here, but like as I say in Ireland, why would you go to the dairy when you've got a cow at home?
Right. So you've got enough local talent.
We have an incredible amount, so we have them from among the students, from the community, and then we have them from our Fulbright teachers and Irish visitors. So we have a great collection of Irish and Irish Americans, so it's a truly international celebration of Christmas. And it's kind of fitting too, because if you look at this culture, it survived as a result of a collaboration between the Irish of America and of Ireland. So we're actually participating in something that's very, very historical.
Yeah, furthering the great tradition. And these prices are great. $20 for the family, the whole family. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, mom, dad,
you got
and if
12
you've got 20
of them,
kids,
bring them all in.
Yeah.
$20.
$20.
Students are down to 5.
Yeah, we want to get the students involved, and the students are running it. And I have to say, I am absolutely amazed at the amount of time, effort, energy, commitment these students have shown.
Yeah.
They're a credit to the Irish Studies program, they're a credit to Montana, they're a credit to their Irish heritage and those that came before them, they're remarkable.
Well, and
Well,
it's a
you
great
better-
experience
Oh,
for them
yeah,
to
I'm
put
sure.
to put together something like this.
It
It's a
is.
good talent.
When you already got on television, I mean, it's amazing.
We did,
You'd be performing in these huge crowds. Is it going to be in Denison Theatre or
it's
MRH?
not. It's
Music?
going to be in the UM Recycle Hall.
recital.
Yeah, that's what I call it, MRH, Music Recital Hall.
Yeah,
It's a great place, though. The acoustics are terrific in there.
they are, and it's a great bunch of people. I mean, we've got, you know, so many kids, students involved, and we'll have little kids running around there as well. And
Yeah.
I think that what they have done is remarkable. It's going to be a it's going to be a top-class performance. The musicians are excellent. Sure, Miss Ailish alongside me here has won championships back in Ireland.
See.
And Danielle here, you know, we get the dead to get up and dance, and that flute she has.
Yeah.
We have great dancers, great singers.
And more in the wings.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
should we give him another number and then we'll come back and hit him over the head again? With
Give them another
in-
blast,
Let's hear it.
absolutely.
Let's hear
Okay,
something
we're
else.
clearing out and we can't talk us we're mine.
Hello and welcome to MCAT. MCAT stands for Missoula Community Access Television. We are a nonprofit group that helps the community get into broadcasting and communication. How? I'm not sure. We, if it's too formal, I mean, people are just gonna be like, oh, that's boring. And then if it's too like, oh yeah, we don't give a crap, la-di-da. Are you filming this? Oops. How? We train anybody who comes through our doors how to shoot, edit, and produce videos. Whether you like to be in front of the camera or behind, we provide the equipment you need to get started, so come on down.
A storm will creep in the stranger's land. There is plenty of wealth and wailing, whilst gems adorn the great and the grand. There are voices in the hunger of paling. For the road it is weary and hard to tread, and the lights of their cities blind you. Won't you turn a store onto Erin's shore, and the gun that you left behind you?
Out there. I was just telling these guys, I'm horrified that for you guys to find MCAT on channels 189 and 190, if you have full cable, and I don't know anyone in the world who does, you know, pay for
Right.
1,000 channels. But how humbling it is to say we're 189 and 190 of 1,000
Of 1,000.
channels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you've been enjoying a little peek at a concert being offered by Friends of Irish Studies. The concert is coming up on Friday,
No, Saturday,
Saturday,
the 6th,
the 6th,
and Sunday, the 7th.
for the matinee on Sunday.
matinee on Sunday, the 7th. yeah.
And that piece we just heard was haunting. Tell us who
Yeah,
that was.
really good.
Well, that is the program basically focuses on two elements of Christmas. Of course, there's the Christmas celebration, the birth of Christ, and you have the hymns that are associated with that. But also, it was a big homecoming.
Sure.
It was a very, very lonely time to be away from home, and there's a very strong and rich tradition of song, you know, where immigrants to this country and to England, you know, give voice to their loneliness and their sense of longing for home. So it's a mixture of these songs of the exile community, and also the the traditional hymns and so forth that are normally sung at this time of year.
That's
So there's a mixture of both
interesting.
in English and Irish.
Yeah.
You know, so you're trying to capture the full experience of what an Irish Christmas was. And I think the way they have done it is also very, very creative. So the setting is going to be around the home, and there is a very strong celebratory aspect to it all. But then it's also tinged with the sense that there are many who belong to this home, or raised in this home, that are not here.
That are missing.
Yeah, and so to kind of recognize that these people are missing, we also have these songs coming from these people, these exiles who lived in America, who lived in England, and who never did get to return home.
Yeah, and I always think of, you know, the people that had to work the land further away, or had to work, you know, on the great estates, and they say, well, you can have off Christmas Day, you know, that's it, and they rush back, you know, just for the day or something, just to be there on that day. But I think that's marvelous. There's a lot of talk around the holiday time, right, about depression. People, you know, it gets very sad at Christmas time. Why not give vent to it in these sad minor key songs that tear your
Leave it
heart
to
out?
the Irish.
Yeah, it's probably better for you that way.
Yeah,
you know.
Where all our wars are merry and all our songs are sad, right?
But I do want to make sure we learn who the gentleman was who just performed that. Because
Well,
he
that's
did a great
Caelan
job.
Walter. No, he's a student in Irish 3, a very good student. He's also a student of Irish literature, very talented musician.
Yeah.
And I suppose he's exploring the Irish tradition now as well. And that's starting to influence his music.
That's so great.
Well, I think what's happening here as well is that you got to remember that this is a shared culture, and a lot of kids through the Irish Studies program and through activities like this are reconnecting with their heritage. I mean, a lot of them, when I talk to the kids, have spoken about the fact that we are Irish, this is our culture, but it was never passed on to us like it should have been. We have a sense of it, we have a connection to it, you know, it's intuitive. But we want that sense to have a bit more substance. We want to take possession of something that is rightfully ours, because those songs are the songs of our people, that music is the music of our people, those stories are the stories of our people as well.
Right.
You know, and it's remarkable to see the way they've come along and engaged that tradition, and how now they're becoming part of it again. And this is all part of a process whereby Traolach O Riordain used to say, "Feel reached, return again," going back to your heritage and going back to your people, your ancestry, and recognizing, okay, these are the people that you come from. This is the culture that has shaped and made you who you are. And this is what these kids are doing. They're taking possession of something that is rightfully theirs, but which is not handed down to them. So it's a pretty remarkable event.
How many involved in the concert?
There'll probably be around 15 people in total, between dancers and singers and musicians, maybe 20. It's quite a large group. So we have individual singers and musicians, we have individual dancers, we have group dancers, and you know, all taken together, probably around 20 people. So I have to say as well, like the organisers, especially Ailish, who was on the fiddle there, Michaela and Henry and all those, it's been a remarkable achievement to come along and bring all these people.
Yeah.
And in some instances, it was trying to like mind mice at a crossroads, apparently.
Well, it's a huge organizational
It
challenge.
is, you know. I think they've learned an awful lot from it. And I think, you know, as well, and that's why we encourage people to show, like, you know, this concert will show what kind of talent, you know, what remarkable young people, what remarkable musicians and singers we have right here in Missoula. I think we know it from other genres, but when it comes to the Irish, there's always a tendency, we look at the chieftains, we look at other groups outside of Ireland, but like here, we have marvellous performers, marvellous singers, marvellous dancers, marvellous musicians, you know, and they're ours.
Yeah, and I think that probably when people who are, a lot of us have been familiar with Irish studies for quite some time, but we don't think of the arts as part of all of that, you know. So this is a great showcase.
And I mean, that's the thing about it, because that's the one thing we should be doing, because the one thing I've always said about Irish studies, we're not engaged in performing an autopsy on a culture up here. This is not dead.
It's alive.
This culture is alive, and we give greater life to it the more we participate in the different elements of that culture. You know, and I think there's another point as well. You know, sometimes, and my father used to refer to this as an aganacholda, the foreign mind. We always tend to look outside ourselves at those from other cultures and other places and think what they have is better than ours. You know, and ignore that right in our own doorsteps we have some of the finest, you know, musicians, performers, writers, singers, dancers, whatever you have yourself. And I've often said about Montana, in the past we've always kind of looked at bringing in these other bands. Why would we look outside ourselves when we have here on our own doorstep people, you know, who are equally as accomplished as and talented as musicians and as singers and as dancers?
This is great. It counters that slogan, an expert is a damn fool a long way from home.
Yeah.
So that way. And so we want to encourage people to go to this concert too, right? Saturday, December 6th. 7-ish, 7:30?
7:30 actually.
Okay.
7:30 is about
7:30.
7:30 to 9. I think it's a 45-minute first set. Then there's a bit of a break and a 45-minute second set.
This is very civilized. I mean, there's no reason not to
The
go.
Irish are very civilized, you know. Would you have expected anything else?
No.
From us? And no drink.
Is that right? Oh, at the break time though, there'll be something.
What, H2O? That's very unseasonal, you know.
Well, we're going to give you more of a taste, right? There's a
We're
broom
gonna
here
have
that
some
needs
brooms
dancing.
and
with.
Yes.
And Scott, you don't have to go to a whole, you know, we'll just trade out, okay?
Right. We'll just get out. You know, we have just a few minutes. What has the experience of organizing this been like for you guys?
Stressful.
Really?
But it will be rewarding.
Excellent.
Just after our last rehearsal, we know that it's going to be something good. It's starting to come together very
Something to be proud of. We're ready to put it out there for everyone and have everyone come and see us.
Everyone has worked very hard.
So if you were to describe the acts you have so far, you know, pretend like you're a restaurant and people are walking around on the sidewalk, right? And you want them to come and eat lunch there. So what do you tell them?
Jingle bells in Irish.
Ooh.
In the Gaelic?
In Gaelic.
Well, yeah.
As well as Silent Night in Gaelic.
Okay.
We will also be having set dances of a bunch of ladies dancing around with partners and just doing traditional Irish dancing with that, as well as...
It's a half set, so there's only 4 people in this one instead of our traditional 8.
Okay.
Let's see. We'll also be doing myself and one of our other Fulbright students from Ireland will be the man and the woman of the house, be presenting everything that happens, as well as running around with Traolach's little kids.
Showing like the traditional Irish Christmas observance.
Yeah, give like a family thing. Talk about traditions. I've learned a lot about the Irish traditions that actually happen in Ireland or used to happen. We'll be discussing those, letting people know what we actually do or what they actually do. Sorry.
Right.
Let's see, what else would we do?
It's just a very.
There's a broom dance.
Yeah, broom dance.
That's with music.
Yeah,
It'll be with music.
And there'll be Irish reels to spin the
To
time
go
away.
with our individual dancers, the soloists, they'll have reels,
Yeah.
and then it's polkas for
Lots
the
of
set.
polkas.
Oh, great.
Polkas. Now I know when you said that, I had thought that the polka is Polish. Why do I think that? You know,
It is.
Polka
It came
is.
from there.
Yeah.
did come from
Yeah.
there. Okay, that's why.
Ailish knows
But there can be there can be an Irish polka.
Yeah, they're very popular down in Kerry in the south of Ireland, but they came from Europe.
Interesting.
Got it.
Okay. I want to tell people again the date and the time.
Right.
December the 6th. You guys said 7:30.
7:30.
7:30.
Yep.
The
Doors
pri-
will open at 7.
Doors will open at 7 and get a good seat, and they're all good in music recital
Yeah,
hall.
it's a very
the acoustics
intimate,
are
nice
it's totally
It
great
goes with our
space.
theme.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
like a house.
Yeah,
It's
and the
nice.
family
Yeah,
go
it's
home.
gonna be a house.
We'll talk about the traditions of that as well. We got to come and see the traditions that happen, and us talking about people coming in and playing music, and it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun, great time.
Ah.
And a matinee the next day.
Yes.
Is it at 3 p.m.?
It'll be at 3.
Now, here's an important question. Are tickets available ahead of time?
So hopefully we'll have it set up on the Friends page.
Okay.
But tickets will be available at the door.
Perfect.
On the
Okay.
Friends of Irish Studies page. Have you guys got the ubiquitous Facebook page? You
Yes,
don't have
like
to.
us on
but-
Facebook.
Yes, like us on Facebook.
The Irish Studies, also like the Gaelic hurling team. It's another thing we'll be plug in while we're there. Is the hurling team that happens. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I
enough.
know you'll have full houses.
Oh, yes.
It's just going to
Yeah.
be great.
Hopefully.
Congratulations. Thanks for
Yeah.
putting
Thank you
it
very much,
together.
And don't you feel like it's holiday time already?
I
We're
do
just-
now after seeing all this. You know,
Thanks, you
I came
guys,
in here with
yeah.
a dreary face, and now look at me, some upright.
Yeah.
You know. So I guess we're gonna go. We will be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And until then, for MCAT, I'm Joel Baird.
And I'm Kim Anderson.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.